think I could get to no. No, good one. I'll make it like this. If you get the way you understand, let me know. If I'm not going to come, we'll go, Michael. If I'm not going to do it. No, go, Michael. See this one. No, see this one. Zoom up. Zoom up. Use this one for focus. Clear. You understand? Don't worry, if you get into it, just let me know.
Please be steady. Shall we all rise as we recite the second stanza of the national pledge anthem and the pledge after the count of 2. 1, 2. God of creation, direct our noble course, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, in living just and true, great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice reign. Pledge. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend our unity, and uphold our honor and glory. So help me God. Please, you may have your seat. The commanding officer, Trainees Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel M. Marafa, sir. Other commanding officers here present, senior officers, Center Air Warrant Officer, Nafrc staffs, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lieutenant O.U. Ishaku, Platoon Commander, Demonstration Company, and your anchor for today's Padre Hour. I have the singular honor and privilege to welcome the commanding officer and everyone here present to Buhari Hall, venue for Nafrc Combined Padre Hour. Sir, we are gathered here today for Nafrc Padre Hour, and the topic for today's Padre Hour is care for our parents, to be delivered by the Center Imam, Lieutenant Colonel M.R. Ibrahim. With the kind permission of the Commanding Officer Training Battalion, sir, may I now invite the clergy to deliver the sermon. The clergy, sir.
The Commanding Officer Training Battalion, sir, please permit me to remain on the already established protocol. I am Lieutenant Colonel M.R. Ibrahim, the Center Imam. My sermon today is on care for our parents. I will ask this question: who is a parent? A parent is either the progenitor of a child, or caregiver, or a guardian of a person. Parents are the way in which each one of us followed through to this world. Parents are the survival and success of every child. Therefore, we need their prayers, blessings, and guidance to succeed in this life and the life after. The Holy Books categorically mention as a command that we should obey them and care for them, and as they have cared for us when we are infants. In the Holy Quran, chapter 17, verse 32 says, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. That, and your Lord has decreed that you not worship except Him, and to parent good treatment, whether one of both or both of them are reach old age with you. Say not to them and do not repel them, but speak to them in noble words. Most of us in this hall, either you are father or grandfather, or either you are mother or grandmother, though we have couples with us here, but you'll be very happy if your children treated you in a good manner. Therefore, we all need to reconcile our relationship with our parents and care for them if they are still alive, but if they are not, we should always be praying for them in our prayers. The Holy Bible in the 1 Timothy chapter 5 verses 8 says, but if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for member of his household, he has denied the faith, and he is worse than an unbeliever. Also, in the book of John, chapter 19, verse 26 to 28 says, any parent, especially a widow's parent, should be repaid by the children for the care given to them as they grow up. Based on the above mentioned Quran verses and the Bible, it is compulsory for us to take good care of our parents than even our wives and our children. Most people, the love of their wives and their children overcome the love they have for their parents, which is not supposed to be, as a Muslim and also as a Christian. The scope of my sermon shall cover definition of care, Quran and Bible verses on care for parents, parental abuse, and manifestation of good treatment of parents. To define caring, care is being defined as provision of necessary needs for health, welfare, maintenance, and protection for one. It is also defined as serious attention for consideration applied in doing certain things correctly in avoidance of damage or risk. Caring for one another is a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as it was mentioned in the Holy Quran in chapter 5 verse 2. He says, تعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان واتقوا الله إن الله شديد العذاب, which means help one another in act of piety and righteousness, and do not assist each other in act of sinfulness and transgressions. And He, Almighty Allah, verily is severe in His punishment. The Holy Bible in the book of John, chapter 13, verse 34 to 35, it says, "A new commandment I give to you, that you have loved one another. Even I have loved you, that you also love one another." Caring for one another is part of humanity, which both religion encourages us to practice. The care for our parents is the most rewarding before Almighty Allah, despite our differences, different tribe and traditions. We all believe that caring for our parents is a success to a child in his life. This brings me to Quran, Bible, and Bible verses on caring. Caring for our parents is one of the most important aspects of which all the religions made emphasis on it. The relationship of a child to his parent is not graded by the status in the society. Most people capitalize their relationship on their parents based on the relationship they had when they were a child. Almighty Allah has made it compulsory on us, on a person, to relate with his parents and care for them and with sympathy with them, and to treat them with respect. You will all believe with me that none of us can remember those days when we are in the darkness of the womb, nor do we remember the suffering and pains that our parents face during birth and feeding and breastfeeding, or the sleepless night and during one sickness where the tears of your crying mixed up with their joys. We could not also remember when we are infants. Almighty Allah surrounded us with the most merciful and loving mother, one who watches over us, comfort us, with a compassionate father who starve for your benefit, and he protects you from all kind of harms at all time. He travels and bear hardship and danger in searching for living for you. He spent and nurtured you at all time when you are weak. These are your aged parents who look after you during your childhood and your youth. What is your appreciation to them at this time that they needed you most? The religion of Islam and Christianity emphasize on caring for and kindness to our parents, which is the only way to succeed in this life. Almighty Allah mentioned in many verses of the Holy Quran, as well in the Bible, that one should be kind to and care for his parents. As it was mentioned in the Holy Quran in chapter 31, verse 41 says, "Anishkuru liwalidayka ilayya al-masir," which means, be grateful to me and to your parents. To me it is the ultimate return. And also in the Holy Quran, Allah says in chapter 19, verse 11 to 14, "Ya Yahya khudh al-kitaba bil-quwwa wa atainahu al-hukma sabiyya wa hananan min ladunna wa zakatan wa kana taqiyya wa barran liwalidayhi wa lam yakun jabbaran asiyya," which means, "O Yahya, hold firm to the scripture, and we granted him wisdom while he was still a child, as well as piety and compassion from us. And he was God-fearing and kind to his parents. He was neither arrogant nor disobedient." In Christianity, kindness and care for parents is part of faith, which parents are being celebrated. Especially, we celebrate Father's Day and Mother's Day to honor our parents. The holy books emphasize the importance of kindness to our parents, as it was mentioned in Exodus chapter 20, verse 12. He says, "Honor your father and mother, so that you may live a prosperous life. Additionally, in Ephesians 6, chapter 1 to 13, he says that caring for parents is a sign of respect and honor. We should all know that obedience to parents will result to obedience to Almighty Allah's blessings, while disobedience to parents is disobedience to God. Therefore, we need to reaffirm our relationship with them and reconcile our differences. This brings me to parental abuse. In the recent world, the present generation, children do not have passion in taking care of their parents. Mostly, we concentrate in our wives and our children. In developed countries, most aged people are taken to old people's home or nursing home, which is a place where old and aged people are taken care of. It is important, it is improper and disheartening that parents that were happy being with you when you were small, when you were dead, but at the time they needed you most, they were taken to an isolated place. Such practice is very bad, and it is an abuse to parents. In the tradition of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a man came to him and said, "O Prophet of Allah, I took care of my mother. I bathed her and I clothed her. I feed her with my hands and I back her on my back to anywhere she wishes to go. Have I fulfilled my responsibility on her?" The Prophet ﷺ replied to him saying, when she was doing that for you, she was praying for Allah to protect you and to make you live long. But when you are doing it for her, you are praying for her death so that you will relax. This indicates that affection of parents on their children cannot be paid considering their sacrifices to the growth of their children. In the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in chapter 15 verse 24, وَاحْفَدْ لَهُمَا جَنَاهِ الظِّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا, which means be humble and merciful towards them and say, "O Lord, have mercy upon my parents as they cherish me in my childhood." Lastly, manifestation of good treatment on parents. There are many ways of taking care of our parents. We all believe that we cannot pay back the sacrifice they have given to us as the time when we are infants. And we also know that if we neglect them, Almighty Allah will never be happy with us. The following are the positive ways of good treatment of our parents. We should show appreciation to our parents' sacrifice and their good upbringing in us through the care we give to them. 2, we must support their financial needs and identify their health challenges. 3, we must constantly visit them and take our family also to visit them, and we should support their physical needs due to illness or age. 4, we should be praying for them and seek for their forgiveness from them and pray for their well-being even after their death. 5, we should encourage them to mix up with their age mates and support them emotionally. 6, we should encourage them with exercises, even if it's dancing or walking. In conclusion, Almighty Allah commanded us to treat our parents with care and respect, with mercy and kindness. We do not have any choice of them becoming our parents. Rather do they also have a choice you becoming their child. But they have loved you and they have loved you in respect of faults, and they raise you with great difficulty. Therefore, talking to our parents, spending our money on them, spending time with them, making prayers for them, for God's mercy, are not much compared to the sacrifice they have offered to us. As it was said by Yoruba tribe, Iyani Wura, Babani Digi. Thank you for your attention.
The commanding officer, trainee battalion, sir. Other commanding officers here present. Senior officers, officers, center air warrant officer, Nafrc staff, ladies and gentlemen. Sir, we are now in the second segment of today's Padre Hour, which is the interactive session. This section will entertain questions and contributions from the audience. With the kind permission of the commanding officer, training battalion, sir, I will humbly request questions or contributions beginning from the first column to my left hand side. Questions and contributions. No question. Any question or contribution from the second column? Questions or contributions, please. Questions or contributions from the next column.
The commanding officer training, the director training, all protocol duly observed. I am MW Ojebola. I'd like to make a little contribution to the topic of the day. And I want to first ask, can we repay our parents enough for all their cares and love towards us? Certainly not. Care for parents is not a burden, but an opportunity to show our gratitude for all their love and care towards us. Simple phone call can make them happy. Creating time for them matters a lot to them. They did not leave us while we were young, so why should we leave them when they are old? The more your children see you taking care of your parents, the more they themselves learn to take care of you when you are old. Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful contribution. Please, henceforth, if you are making if you're asking any question or making any contribution, kindly acknowledge the presence of the Director of Training. Thank you.
I greet the Director of Training. Still on the existing protocol. My name is Sanusi Unisa. I believe mother is the best in the whole world. Since when we are baby, our mother take care of us. And I believe about what the Imam said, Anything you want to do for your mother, please don't let your wife know. That will be in your mind because they will be jealous about it. That is all what I want to say.
Good afternoon, everyone. Director of Training, all other protocol duly extended. My name is Aregbeshola Olariwaju, and I just want to ask a question. And the question goes thus: we know it's good to take care of our parents, but what if there are parents that give birth and they throw away the child immediately after giving birth? And during the course of the lecture, the Imam told us that it is pertinent that we should not love our immediate families than our parents, that is, our wives and children. What if there is a situation at hand and I have only one opportunity? Is either I give it to my parents or I give it to my wife, and I am that child that my mother threw away at birth. Do I still need to consider my mother first before my family? Thank you.
The commandant, training commandant. I'm standing on the existing protocol. My name is Ella Samson. So, I want to say that parents are blessing to everyone. The Bible says, honor the father and mother if you want your days to be long.
Can you kindly speak up, please? Speak up.
Okay. Yes, sir. The Bible said, honor the father and mother if you want your days to be long. And in the military and in the society, I understand that as me, a corporal, last corporal, are my genius. I see them as my children, and I treat them as one, because if they do wrong, I correct them. But some people don't like correction. They don't like correction. When you correct them, they pick offense. But if you are not corrected, how can you grow? And some people, again, when you correct their children, they pick offense. When a woman is pregnant, she's the one carrying the child. But when she gives birth, she's not the only one that is the parent of that child. The children have to be trained by everybody in the society. And some people don't like it. But me, I believe I can never see anybody's child and ignore him or her.
Try and summarize, please. Try and summarize.
When he's doing wrong.
Thank you for that wonderful contribution. Now to Officer Skida. Do we have any other person? All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
The Director of Training, commanding officers here present, officers, distinguished serving personnel, and temporary staffs of Nigerian Armed Forces Resettlement Center. I want to make a contribution, and I want to start this my contribution with the title "Channel of taking care of our parents. I am in love with the Yoruba language. There is a popular song that is most often sung during Mother's Day or Father's Day. Ọmọ ni yóò sí mi, ọmọ ni yóò sí mi, tí n bá dàgbà, kí n dàrúgbó, ọmọ ni yóò sí mi. What am I trying to say here? It's a song that says that my children will take care of me when I'm old and weak. That's accepted. The connection between a father and a son. Let me say another thing. The father is the SIM card. The mother is the phone. Without a SIM card, a phone can never operate. It's not possible. That is number 2. Number 3, the connection between a mother and a child is the umbilical cord. Because while at the gestation period, the fetus is being fed when the mother eats well through the umbilical cord. And that is why, even if the mother is insane, you cannot separate her from the child. And that is why, even a mad woman on the street put to bed with a baby boy or a baby girl, it is difficult for you to steal that child. She will remain awake. While growing up, for those of you that know Jaji very well, I grew up in Jaji. I'm a proud barrack boy. 40 years ago, MRS was outside the barracks on your way to government day, Jaji. I have anointing for stealing money in my mother's purse as a child. So anytime I'm busy helping my mother frying akara, my mother knows that this man has come to steal money to go and learn how to ride bicycle. And that is why I told my mother some days ago that the money I stole from you, if they load it in all Dangote trailer, I cannot pay you back. What am I trying to say? Channel of assisting our parents. Some of us men are too busy. Please, let your parents be connected to your wife. Let your parents be connected to your wife. I stand here, I'm becoming emotional. Just now, an hour ago, I sent my mother's upkeep allowance to a POS that she will go and collect. Why? Because my mother reminded me, my wife reminded me that last month has ended and they have paid salaries and I need to send it to her. It's a sultry form, it's a sultry song, but I know Bishop Oyedepo once said that Satan has planned for members of your family, but it is you, the man and the mother, that will stand to avert that plan. They are praying for us. They are doing all they have to do while we're growing up. Even till tomorrow, if the commandant of Nafrc today goes to his mother, he's still a child. If the director of training goes to his mother, he's still a child. If Okete goes to his mother, he's still a child. Because she still look at you like a child that is still growing up. That is my submission, and thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for that wonderful contribution. Any more questions or contributions, please? Now to Officers Keda. Sir, any question or contribution from officers of the rank of major, equivalent, and below? Questions and contributions, sir.
The Director of Training, sir. Senior officers here. Nafrc staff. I am Major J.N. Honor, the 2IC Provost. This is a very good topic, care of parents. In fact, to me, I love the topic because it reminds me how my own mother, that is 100 plus now, took care of her own mother, who died 121 years. It reminds me how my own elder brother, that is still in the village now, left the church he has here in Lagos just to take care of our mother because of the bad wives we have here. So this is now bringing me to our wives here, mothers here, wives to be. Please be good to your mother-in-laws. Don't love only your husband and abandon your mother-in-law. Don't bring enmity between your family, your husband, because of I love my husband. If you love your husband and you don't love the family, I am telling you, don't love that man. This also is making me now to tell us we should not love only our mother, we should love our fathers as well. Because some people will forget that the father suffered for them when you are growing up, from your primary school, your secondary school, your university level. Your father was there for you, paying all your school fees. When your mother assisted you with small money, it becomes the mother. You are the best mother and you forget your father. Please do not abandon that man. That is your father as well. I am begging us. Some people will be like a mother, telling the child, instigating hatred against the father. Please, we should desist from that. Whatever you want your child to do to you, let that your child know that also your husband, which who is the father of that very child, contributed immensely to his or her growth. Do not sell. If your husband is giving you pocket money, feed the money, school fees, let your child know that it's your father, the husband, that is doing this. Don't say I am the one, making that child to hate the father. The way you love your mother, love your father as well, because father suffers a lot. That's why you see some men died earlier before their age. Thank you.
The Director of Training, sir, senior officers, Nafrc, members of Nafrc communities, good afternoon. I am Lieutenant Commander T.N. Owolabi. Quickly, I want to lend my voice to this topic. When they say care for your parents, because we know while we're growing up, they cared for us. Gentlemen, care does not only mean money. Money is important. At that age, our parents, they crave our fellowship. As children that are grown and have our own family, it is important once in a while you go home, go with your children, let them see how you are taking care of your parents. Let them see how important they are to you. That's how those children will learn. And when you too, you are old like them, these children too will take care of you. Unfortunately, we are raising children who don't really care. Just bring money, send money. It is not all about money. Please, let us understand. They need us. That's what gladdens them. When you come home, you see them when they might have been sick. The moment you come home, you see them, they are well. Sickness has gone. It's because they miss you. The money cannot represent your presence in their life at that age. Apart from eating, they have a roof over their head. All they desire is for their children to come home and show them, mommy will love you, daddy will love you. Not only call, they want to see you. Beyond that, fathers, now this is for you. You know, we mothers, we know how to tell our children, you know how to tell them, I love you and this. We show emotion. Please, show emotion. Because you will grow, you are reaping, when you grow something, you reap it. When you just send money, oh, they need you in school, just send them the money. Once in a while, take your children out. You don't buy bond with money. Bond with your children. Fathers, I'm begging you, I know why. There is a reason I'm saying it. These children will grow, they don't have any feelings for you. You say you have toiled and you have suffered. They need you somewhere for your child, something. Let your mother go. These children, they see it. So all they see is mommy. Take time out of your very busy schedule. Once in a while, take them out. Bond with them. Tell them stories of how you grew up. Tell them stories of what happened. Tell them stories of where maybe you committed some offense while growing and your parents beat you, they nearly killed you. Let them know daddy is there. You are there financially, you are there physically, you are there emotionally. Don't be an emotionally unavailable father, because when these children grow up, they will not feel anything for you. I'm sorry. You want them then, they will not be there because daddy was never around. Daddy never, invested emotions. He's just sending money. So there is a place for money, there is a place for emotions. And remember, whatever you sow today, you will definitely reap tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that wonderful contribution. I shall now request senior officers of the rank of Lieutenant Colonel and equivalent for their contribution.
The Director of Training, senior officers, soldiers, staff, Lieutenant Colonel M. Marafa, Commanding Officer, Trainees, Battalion. Though a lot has been said on this unimportant topic, there is still an ugly trend exhibited by some of our young people today. Many tend to deny or not identify with their parents because of love for riches. When I was growing up, I remember from my secondary school days, some will go to beautiful houses, snap pictures, and claim it. Some may not take you to their real houses because they don't want to be identified with poverty or their parents. Some have turned their parents to get men. This is not good because you will never change your parent. Your parent remain your identity for life. If someone like Aliko Dangote will still identify with his father, then who are you to deny your parent? Because his father wasn't all that rich. His grandfather from the maternal side was the richest person, and the mom was also from that family, but the father wasn't. But he still identified with Dangote instead of Dantata, and he is where he is today. The fact is, a rich man may give birth to a rich man or a poor man, and a poor man will give birth to a rich person or a poor man like him. So it doesn't mean that you were brought to this world and you find out that your dad or mom wasn't that rich, that you will not grow up to become rich. Whether you identify with them or not, what will be, will be. So please, we should continue to identify with our parents. We should do everything to ensure we make them happy, because we cannot change them. and taking side is not good. If you were young and your mom talks a lot of negatives because of experiences, and now you are an adult, you understand. You cannot change that father. He will continue to be your father and you bear his name. Please find a way of coming in between and settle the issue and give all the maximum respect that the child will give to his parent. Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful contribution, sir. Sir, may I humbly request the clergy to respond to the... Okay. I beg your pardon.
The Director of Training, sir, please permit me to stand on already established protocols. I'm Commander C.C. Osifo, the Commanding Officer of Laundry and Leather Works. While I make a comment or two, I'd like to attempt to answer the question one of us raised. Is as regards the issue of a child being thrown away. And now we are asked to take care of our parents, and is asking what should he do. I would like to say that thank God God kept you. And fortunately for us too, we learned about forgiveness last week. I'll encourage that individual to please go ahead and forgive the mom, because apparently you were not in her shoes, probably will not understand what could have happened. Though we are not exonerating her, because no matter what could have happened, it's expected that the mother instincts in such a woman would ensure that she does all she can for that child. Then, as it relates to the issue of the question that was asked also regarding being in a dire situation where you have to choose between probably that same mother and your own immediate family. I'm sure the presenter will probably throw more light on it, but we were actually taught that there are, in an individual's life, there are three categories of people: the past, the present, and the future. We're told that our parents are the past, our spouse is our present, while our children are our future. Then, if being placed in a dire situation where we have to choose between these three categories, having known that the past have lived their life, we are told that we could choose our present. That being said, I want to encourage us to show empathy as it relates to taking care of our parents, and more importantly, to our fathers. And why am I saying our fathers? Because statistics have shown, whether we like it or not, that they pass through emotional trauma, especially in their old age. And reason being that they are not always emotionally available because they are there hustling. I like it to take a close look at my colleague that just spoke, the CO Trainees Battalion. He's not there. Probably his wife is in Kaduna, he's in Maiduguri, Abuja. But he picks the bills, but he's not available. He provides all that the family needs for them to have a good life. So we must, as children, show empathy and understand what they themselves have to pass through to make that provision. And peradventure, maybe your father is available and he just didn't care. Please also show forgiveness, because the truth is, what you sow, you reap. I remember my mom told me something. She said while she was growing in, I remember something. That's why tomorrow I have this consciousness of taking care of my mother, my parents, because I saw my mom doing it. Most times when I'm going, I used to tell myself I'm not doing enough as I should, because I saw what my mom did when she didn't have. And some people say, okay, you love your family, you love your family. It's because of what I saw. She sowed a seed. And she told me that her father prayed for her. Among her siblings, her own sibling, you know, she did something extraordinary for her dad, and somehow God has rewarded her back by having caring children that take care of her. So what I'm trying to say is that Seed time and harvest time does not cease. Whatsoever a man sows, he will reap. I pray that God will help us in Jesus' name.
Thank you for that wonderful contribution, sir. Sir, may I humbly request the clergy to respond to the question? The clergy, sir.
The Director of Training, sir, please permit me to stand on the already established protocol. I am Sergeant Reverend Amante Timothy, Assistant Chaplain Protestant. The question raised, our dear sister attempt to answer the question correctly. But even before our brother asked the question, I was even writing it. I say, if somebody don't say anything about this, I'm going to say something about this. What if your parent, a single mother, as the case may be, she throw you away when you are a child for one reason or the other, and at the latter end, whether by discovery or by explanation, you discover that she's your mother and she come back asking for forgiveness, I said you should embrace her. Whatever evil she has done in the past, forgive her. God is a diligent rewarder. He will reward her for what she has done, and also reward you for what you have done for accepting your mother, despite the fact that she threw you away. Again, I said we should take care of our parents without partiality, because I discovered that mothers, they always try to make our children feel that they are the one doing most of the responsibility. I used to tell my wife, I say, well, my children will be celebrating, will be happy. I call them, I say, look, it is my money, oh. They'll be thinking that there is a mother paying the school fees, because I will give you the money, go and pay this, go and do this. The children will be focusing on her. I said, no. I called her, I said, look, everything happening here, it is my money. Praise. Okay. I wanted to say praise the Lord. So please, mothers, hand over our children back to us. Because mothers, they've already taken our children. Our children believe that it's the mother doing everything for them from birth and everything. So they tend to segregate. They say, our mother is doing this, our mother is this. Please, take care of both of them. Both of them are very, very important. Both the father and the mother. Whatever you do to your mother, even me, I used to think like that. But when I grew old, I matured in the Christianity, in the faith. I now discover that my mother, she's not the only one. My father is also very, very important. So we need to take care of them equally. If you are showing partiality, you are not doing the right thing. God is going to ask you, because you are not faithful. Be faithful to both of them. Take care of them equally. And as you do so, the blessing of that long life, as the Bible said in the Exodus chapter 20, verse 12, that children, obey your parents so that your days will be long. That will surely come to pass in our life. Thank you very much.
And lastly, sir, may I most respectfully request the Director of Training to give his closing remark. The Director of Training, sir.
Deputy directors, commanding officers, clergy, the Nafrc community, I want to welcome all of us to this Padre hour. I want to appreciate the presenters for a wonderful delivery to that topic. It's a very important topic. But before I make my comment, just check around. You see that the hall is very empty. Most of our soldiers not turn up, and it's not good. It's not good at all. This eye service. We have so many of our, if our only the civilian workers that even turn up more than our soldiers. It's very sad. It's not good, and it doesn't give us a good. Sometimes I don't want to talk every day, but me as that's the director of training, is my office to conduct training. This is part of training. It's part of another training. Even sometimes I was very busy in the office. They say, Padre, I will start rushing down. And when I come here, I will see that some people are not over here. So I think sometimes you should understand why some of us come up every day or every time to talk. Not that we want to talk, or not that we are the best or we have sense more than all of you. No. It's because of the demand of the office. If I have to say because of all the things I have, I should not come, then nobody will come. So please, let us talk to our soldiers and let us make amends. If we finish, we say, check who are not here now. We'll see we have over 200 soldiers that are absent. Our trainees are not here. They are on their own program. They are for IT. Well, that is aside. The topic today is very important, and that is the bane of our society. That's why society is where we are today. That's why there's decadence, there's serious insecurity, there's poverty. We are just deceiving ourselves. Because this is the commandment. When God created man, God gave man a command. What is his first command God gave man when they come to the world? Is to take care. Take care of what? Take care of the world. This earth, man, take care of what? The earth. Keep it. Tend it. That's why the first profession of man is farming. Man started to what? To farm. To take care of the earth. To take care of, grow care of it. And when we don't do that, now we are shouting climate change. We destroy the earth. All the bombs we create, all the construction we are doing, we are destroying the earth. All the cutting down of trees. That's why I will tell you, when you cut down tree, if you cut down one tree, you are supposed to do what? Plant 100 back. Any tree you see that give you shade, you should appreciate. Somebody have gone, somebody died a long time ago, is one that planted that tree. And that's why even when soldiers, when we fight battle, you don't cut down trees. Abi? Don't cut down trees. Economic trees. You don't destroy anyhow. There are rules to everything. There's rule. Because if you destroy trees, you cut down trees, apparently it will affect what? Affect human beings back. The trees give you what? Oxygen. So that people should understand the world. But if you want to be wicked to a community, you want to be wicked to a city, you will destroy everything. You call it scorched earth policy. You will destroy the houses, the trees, the oceans, you destroy everything. So that's the first commandment of God. Human being is to take care. And one of the commandments that God gave also is to take care of our parents now. So we are taking care of many things. We are taking care of our parents. God knows why he says so. Because your parents gave you what? Life. Thank you. So why must we take care of our parents? If Because God knows that it's through you that God gave what? The life. It's very important. So if you say you love God and you don't love your parents, you become what? A liar. If you say you love God, that's why we in Africa, we in Nigeria especially, they say we are the most religious people. We talk God. Before we talk God. Before we say many things, we don't call Jesus, we don't call Muhammad, we don't call God. We are born religion to it. You are more religious than even the Saudis. You are more religious than even the Israelis. You call God more than 1 million times. But in your words, in your actions, there's no God. So that is the problem. We do more eye service, and God is saying, God is laughing. God has put somebody that is close to you. How many people have seen God? Imam, have you seen God before? Pastor, have you seen God before? When you are coming to the world, the first person that you open your eyes to see is who? God first. That is God. You've seen God. I don't know whether the imam will agree with me or the pastor will agree with me. If you have not seen God before, turn to the next person. You see God in that person. Abi, go back. So if you see your parents, you look like your parents. Abi, unless if you don't know your parents, if you look at your parents, that's your replica of who you are. So if you are good, you see your parents. If you are bad, see your parents. So that's if you see your parents, you have seen God. That God says, take care of who? Of your parents before you take care of God. If you take care of God more than your parents, you are eye service. Abi, God will not even accept you because your parents are suffering. You are now dancing to offering. You carry 1 million naira back offering so that the pastor can say, well done. You carry 1 million naira so that they can announce you who gave the greatest. They clap for him. Ishaku has brought 1 million. Your parents are there in the village. They are even common Gary. They don't see. No one will see you. That is what we are doing in the world today. Social media. Some people are not even proud of their parents. So how can you be proud of God? So take care of your parents is very, very important. I want to appreciate all those that have talked today. The officers have done a lot of contributions. It is very important that God looks far away, but God is too close to us in human beings. God is not in any building. Let us not get ourselves confused. If pastor is here, church is there. The man don't lock church. Abi, after Sunday, pastor lock church. He can't put the key inside pocket. He can't go out. So it doesn't mean that the pastor can't lock God inside church. So that when they come back next Sunday, they say, okay, open the church. God, okay, we are here. Are you here? We're ready for us? It's a lie. God is not inside that building. God is alive. God is moving with us. God is everywhere. So God is in your parents. God is in your parents. And it's the commandment. You must take care of them. So how do you take care of them? They have told us. It's not only about money. We have monetized everything now. That will destroy everything. Even your visit, very important. Call. So who are your parents? Who do you take care of? It's very important. It's a very wide topic. You can continue talking on it. Who are your parents? Eye service too much. I see so many people when they see pastor, they will kneel down. They say, my daddy. But the person that gave birth to you, you know why you call him daddy? You even discourage that man. I beg. Your father is talking. I beg. But before the pastor talk, yes sir, daddy. You carry for you almost bite down for daddy. Pastor, is he your daddy? Let me be very frank. Is your pastor your daddy? So why are you doing eye service? Is your imam your daddy? So your daddy is there now. You are better your daddy. It's to give all respect, all honor. Even the worst people are the wives. The wives that have never knelt down for their husband. We kneel down for pastor. Eye service outside. The daddy is coming. Daddy is coming. Pastor is coming. You'll be shaking like a leaf. God is coming. It's sad. It's eye service. Take care of your parents. Take care of your parents. No matter how old you are still a baby in them. God will judge you the way you take care of your parents. It's very important. Your pastor have their own children too. Don't get it twisted. And they wish well for them more than you. Your pastor will not carry all his money and give to you. No matter how you call them daddy. It's a lie. When they are about to die, they know who they will hand over that church to, not you. If you like, they play, deceive yourself. If you like, they play. What did you read? What did you read in university? You go read medicine. You go read geography. You go and check what did the pastor children read. Some of them read church administration. Make I continue. The pastors are very wise. Say, my son, I beg, no go and read medicine anywhere. Go to university, church administration. When I finish this church, I will hand over to you. Some of you continue to say daddy until you die. You don't call the pastor daddy. Very soon, you are still in that church. You will transfer daddy to the son of that pastor. And you are still there. They play. So God has given his commandment. You want to see God? Please take care of your parents. It's a commandment that comes with a what? It's a promise. Honor your father and your mother, so shall be well with you in the service of the head. Until we start to do that. All of us, it's a commandment for all of us, the church, all of us. If we take care of them, if also our pastors, our imam, I want to plead with you, please find a place to preach this one in this topic. Tell your congregants, your followers, to go and honor their parents. Tell them that you are not their parents. Tell them to be taking care of their mother and their father. Honestly, tell them the truth. And if anybody is taking care of you, pastor, too much, please call him. Say, I provide your parents. Have you taken care of them? It's very important. So don't correct somebody's children. How many children? All my children. No, please. Tell them the truth. So we must follow the truth. The truth will set us free. God will help us. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, sir, for that awesome closing remarks. Shall we please rise while the Director of Training takes his leave?